Hello, fellow and future weirdo of the fuck. How are you? Did you take your medicine? All right. Well, while you're taking your medicine, I am going to attempt to tell you what happened. So, David was plotting out who's doing what at God's house and who's in charge of what. Who's doing what tribe is where, and how this is going to go down at God's new house. So we spent a few dozen chapters. No, more than a couple chapters saying who's doing what and what's doing who and where things are going at God's house that's not built yet. And then we get towards the end, and David's close associates are hanging out with David's sons. And that's where we left off and where we are picking up. I am Nikki K the Great, and this is the Party Pen. Thank you. So, stop right here. I think that's dry milk because we're out of milk. So, we're drinking prison coffee. Have a good time. But there is protein and a blender. So, feel free. Yep. And then come this way and get comfy while we still have the couch, because we're getting rid of it soon. The party pen is changing. So, come get comfy. I packed you a bowl and rolled you a cigarette. So, come in and get comfy, because we are about to smoke it, read it, drink it. Have good time. Okay. I can't see. Sorry. Okay. So we are on chapter 28. So David assembled all the people together, right? And then David the king stood up on his feet and said, "Hear me, my brothers and my people. As for me," okay, so since the day I found out God was homeless, and it turns out he's not, by the way, but he enjoys couch surfing, and it bothers the piss out of me. And so I told him, I want to build you a house. I'm tired of this shit, right? And he told me, fuck me, I do what I want. And then I put his suitcase somewhere else. I refuse to bring it home to my house. Because if he wants to be like that, fine. But I felt bad. But not that bad. because he still doesn't need to be living in my house. So I built him a tent outside because he wouldn't let me build him a regular house. So I built him a tent. But he did tell me, I'll let your son build me a house, okay? Like, you be good to my suitcase and you keep it closed, and then your son can build me a house. But make sure you have everything he needs. So, technically, you're building me a house, you're just not building a house. He gave me the blueprints. I have the blueprints, but he won't let me do anything. So, Solomon's gonna do it, and I have everything. Okay? And so, then David's like, before I end this, just so you know, God told me I will always have someone on the throne. If you people are good, if you're bad, you're going to have a bad king. It's just like Samuel said to Saul. If you want a king, he better be good. And if he's not good, you guys suffer. So, be good and help my son. Then he turned to Solomon and gave him the blueprints and said, these are the blueprints for God, all God's stuff. Even to the candlesticks. Don't forget the candlestick. It's to stave it off. And we don't know what it is. But the candlestick is so important. So, this is the blueprint for the candlestick. Okay? And, okay. So, David gave Solomon the blueprints. Like, it's so important. Make it. And then David said, yeah, God gave me this while I was doodling. And then he said, be strong and of good courage. Don't fear these people or be dismayed, because God is with you. He will not fail or forsake you until you have finished building his house. And behold, the courses of the priests and the Levites, even they will be with you. They're going to be with you. They know all the God stuff. They know how to do it. So don't worry about these guys. They'll help you. Okay. And I've gotten everything ready for you to build God a house. All the men, all the workmen, everybody's already hired. You just say the word and they will be here. Just say the word. That's all they want, is for you to say it. So it's yeah. Okay. So, we're gonna... Yeah, we'll pause right here. So, at this part, David's just talking to Solomon and telling him, you got this, and the Levites are gonna help you. So don't even worry about it. And we're gonna pause right there while David's turning to talk. Okay? So, we're gonna pause right here. We are gonna go check on all of our cats. I'll check on all of our cats because I haven't heard them or seen them. And then we're gonna get a refill, smoke a cigarette, repack the bowl, and go pee. We will be right back.
Lady, go!
All right, chapter 29. Okay, so David's talking to Solomon, and then he turns to talk to all the people, and he says, Solomon, my son, whom alone God has chosen, is young and tender, and his work is great, for the palace is not for man. It's God's house. Now, I've already said this, but I'm going to say it again. I have everything you need and the blueprints. All you got to do is make it. I have it here. Just make it. Okay? Now, I have set my affection to the house of my God. I have of my own proper good. I have given the church everything I have. Okay? So much gold, so much iron, so much brass, all sorts of shit. Is anybody else going to? And then everybody was like, yeah. So they started trying to outdo each other. But David said, no, hold on. So they started offering willingly. And then the people rejoiced that they offered willingly. Because with a perfect heart, they offered willingly to the Lord. And David, King D, he rejoiced with great joy. He was like, fuck yeah, these people are great. But you know, they're trying to outdo each other. So David blessed the Lord before all the congregation. And he was like, God is good. God is great. We're not sad. He's our dad. Right? And then he blesses God, saying, Oh God, you are great, and power, glory, victory, and majesty. For all that is in heaven and in earth is yours. Your kingdom, O Lord, and you are exalted as head above all. Both in riches and honor. No, both riches and honor come from you, and you reign over all. In your hand is power and might, and in your hand it is to make great and give strength to all. Now, therefore, God, we thank you and praise you. We praise your glorious name. Thank you, capital G. You're so awesome, right? But who am I? And what are these people that we offer willingly up this heart? Oh God, we are so good. We are strangers before you and sojourners, just like our dead is. Our days on the earth are a shadow, and there is none abiding. No one lives forever. O Lord, our God, all this store that we have prepared to build you a house. Hold on. To build you a house. For your holy name. I know also, my God, that you try the heart and you have pleasure and uprightness. As for me, he said, as for him, where did it go? As for me and the uprightness of my heart, I have willingly offered all of these things. Now I have seen with joy your people, which are present here, to offer willingly to you. They're not jealous or anything, God. They're doing it because they want to, not because somebody else did better. Just saying. Okay. O Lord, God of Abe, Isaac, and Jake, keep this forever in the imagination and the thoughts of the hearts of your people. Prepare their heart for you, and give unto my son Solomon a perfect heart to do the right thing and to build you a house. I made provisions for it, by the way. I made sure all this stuff was here. So please make sure Solomon builds you a house, because I'm tired of you being homeless, big guy. And David said to all the congregation, bless the Lord your God. And they did that and bowed their heads and worshiped the Lord and the king. Okay. And they sacrificed and offered and until the next day, even unto the next day. It was 1,000 bulls, 1,000 rams, 1,000 lambs, and their drink offerings and sacrifices in abundance. So they were totally extra. And they did eat and drink before the Lord that day with gladness. And they made Solomon king. Hold on. And they did and eat and drink. And they made Solomon king the second time. Okay, hold on. And they anointed him to the Lord to be chief governor, and Zadok to be the priest. Are they missing another name in here? But they did skip the whole story before this, though. When his brothers and everybody, they made Absalom king. It was a whole thing. Hold on. Yeah, it was Absalom. They made Absalom king. Uh, okay. Then Solomon sat on the throne as king instead of David and prospered. All of Israel obeyed him. Oh my God. We just finished this book. Literally. Hold on. And all the princes and the mighty men, all the sons likewise, submitted themselves to Solomon. And the Lord magnified Solomon exceedingly in the sight of all Israel, and bestowed upon him such royal majesty as had not been seen on any king before. Thus, David the son of Jesse reigned over all Israel. And at that time he reigned over Israel was 40 years. 7 years he reigned in Hebron, and 33 years he reigned in Jerusalem. And he died at a good old age, full of days, riches, honor. And Solomon his son reigned in his stead. And everything else about David is written in the book of Samuel and the book of Nathan the prophet, and in the book of Gad the seer. Okay, I don't know what a book of Nathan or a book of Gad is, but it's also in First Kings. It's mostly in First Kings. It's a little bit of Samuel, but or was it all in Samuel? No, wasn't it in Kings? Yeah, think David's story is in Kings. But there's a book of Nathan and a book of Gad. Hold on. With all his reign and his might, and the times that went over him, and over Israel, and over all the kingdoms of the countries. So all that's written in the book of Nathan and Gad and Samuel. I don't know, but that's the end of that book. Wow. Whoa! We finished a book. Yeah. That's awesome. Man, now I don't know what to do. Okay, I do know what I'm going to do. Here in a few, I'm going to watch another part of that trial. I think it's day 2 is what we're going to be watching. It's Sandra Vander Ark in Michigan. Michigan versus Sandra Vander Ark. She unsubscribed her disabled child. 15? Is that still a child at 15? I don't know, because at 15, they're like full-grown men. But I guess if she was keeping him weak, he would have been a child. Okay. Anyway, the trial's about unsubscribing. So here in a few minutes, I'm gonna get on that. So thank you for watching. I love you. Don't forget, learn word magic. Politics speech, lawyer speech, fast talking, all that is a form of word magic. Learn them all because words fucking matter. And keep your head down, your nose clean, your shoes tied. Don't get ready. Stay ready. Listen. Be good or good at it. Love you. Bye.